So, I just had my game, my last FOB game, against my boy Stahlbrecher. And I decided, you know, let's take a quick look at how it went, because it was quite fun. It was first Cav against Berliner Gruppierung. I did pick Berliner Gruppierung. Obviously he picked first Cav. The deck looked a little different. I had another card of MTLB supplies in here, so 3 cards of supplies and 2 cards of CVs. Infantry tab was the same. Artillery tab also the same. With those guns just being so cheap. It's just amazing. And then obviously the 130s, which are now, in my opinion at least, probably one of the best artillery pieces in the whole game. Tank tab looked different because I had 2 cards of Rapiras instead of the Rapira and the T-34. I now added it because I wanted to play around with it a little bit and see whether it's worth it or not. Because I have 2 cards of ATGMs in the infantry tab and 2 cards of Rapiras felt kind of overkill. I didn't really need that many. Then I didn't have the BRM1. Recon tab otherwise looked the same. AA was the same, and then I still had the helicopter. But like that's also one of the problems of this division. Like these helicopters just are so ass. Like yeah, they're good against infantry, but first of all they have an insane supply cost. If you look at this, like replenishing this helicopter completely costs 750 supplies, even more. Like that's absurd. And then it's like you have no AT on your helicopter, so they're also only good against infantry, but this division doesn't struggle with infantry to begin with. Like look at this, I don't need stuff against infantry. I need help against tanks. They can get no help here, and then the full air tab. Exactly the same as I have it here. In retrospect, I probably could have exchanged this L39 with this L39 with the clusters. That could have maybe been an idea, but you know. Oh no, the red game. Hindsight's 2020, as they say. Well, I mean, you already see that it's a defeat, but a 40-minute game, and let me tell you, that was one hell of a game. Let's get into it. Where did I spawn? Oh yeah, I spawned on the red side, so obviously I get the better of the map. It's instantly GG. Like all good Division 1 players, you always have to cope about the map. That's very important. Or like cope about something. It's either the map or division matchup or whatever. It's never your fault. It's always everybody else's fault. It's very important. And he's first Cav, I am Berliner Gruppierung, as I said. So I do kind of have the early advantage because of the Wachaufklärer. But he could take the aero scouts in the helicopter. And then I don't have the early advantage anymore. So that's why I had this deployment. And then I also had the rocket plane. Because the Su-22 rocket, or whatever it's called, I think it's a Su-22, it has its 30mm guns and then also the 23mm gun pods, which makes it one of the best planes against helicopters. And it's also, funnily enough, very good against planes. If you get in the head-on, you can actually kill a plane just with your guns, which is hilarious. So yeah, that was the idea. And it's like not that expensive, it's like 165 points or something. And you can see it's a fairly wide deployment. Because I want to get into Anna definitely. Because if I have Anna, it will be very hard for him to push back. And the middle, obviously getting the middle would be good, but the problem is I would need to push him like through here to get him off the hill. And if not, if I get to here, it doesn't give me anything. Because then I just die to CVs and Bradleys. No, this is my FOB game against Stahlbrecher. My last FOB match, and his as well. So I decided to deploy a little bit more defensively on the hill and then try to grind it out by using line of sight with the forest and stuff like that with the T-55s. And then only a very light deployment in Elena, because I thought that, again, I could retake this later with a lot of infantry, and he can't deploy everywhere as much as I can, right? Like, I have to play wide. If I play narrow, I just die, because the fuck am I going to do against M1s and M1 mods and CVs? Like, it's literally nothing I can do. I'm just dead. So that was the plan. Let's skip ahead a little bit. Yeah, I also started with only one command. Also one Rapira here defensively in case he tries to go for a push through here. Both of those pushes are supported by a Metis squad. And yeah, there's a rocket plane, but unfortunately he in fact did not start with the helicopters. And because I don't have recon helicopters, I also can't snipe his units in their transports because I don't even see them. But I also have those SPWs because they are very strong. And now of course I get instantly countered by the ETAS here, which is rather annoying. But I get this hill here, as you can see. I have a pretty big advantage here. The recoilless rifle does luckily miss, but it's kind of expected at this range. Those recoilless rifles obviously are a big problem. Because I can just keep the game running right at speed 1, because I'm kind of casting it. So let's do it kind of as a cast, because I also want to upload the game to YouTube because it was actually very fun. But yeah, the recoilless rifles are a giant problem, because they destroy all of my infantry. And here there was a pivot, which is also a big problem to my infantry, but luckily all of those KPVTs together just killed it, because it has very low armor. And then I come in with the rocket plane again, and the cluster plane. Unfortunately, they were a little too far apart, so the rocket plane gets hit, and the SC-22 instantly dies with double repeater, which was very unfortunate. Like, they do have a high accuracy, of course, but I also have 30% ECM. I do get the M1 kill, but obviously trading Su-22 for one M1 isn't worth it because he has like 500,000 M1s. Yeah, Teamman, it's the new patch. Like, honestly, I am having fun in this patch right now. You know, I'm not gonna say it. But we all know what I wanted to say. Yeah, so that was a little dumb, I think. With this Su-22 dying to the repeaters, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. The fighting here was a little bit slow, because I was pushing him back, but I also don't have units to reinforce here with here, because I bought the T-55s into the center, which honestly probably was a mistake. It would have been better to maybe buy the T-55s in here. I was also thinking about buying the T-55s in the opener, but I didn't have points for that. And then I instantly buy the 130 mils, because those are just so great. I love them so much together with a command. To have them at VET2, amazing. Then I drive the SPWs and the SPW recons and the SPWs from the Wachaufklärer down here. Spot the engineer, instantly delete him because there's like 8 machine guns shooting at him. Disengage from the ETAS. And then I was like, wait, hold on. I have 4 of them. And the Bradley isn't exactly too well armored, right? If I just rush at him. And also he doesn't have a lot of ATGMs, which I didn't remember back then, but doesn't matter. Let's say that I remembered it and I was completely genius. If I just run him down, he can't really do that much against me. I mean, sure, he has a Bushmaster, but I have 4 of those guys. So, like, shortly I will start to rush him down. But for now, I was trying to stabilize here. The ZSU here, obviously, a little useless because he didn't have a helicopter anyway. And against his infantry now, I mean, it did some damage, but now it will just die to the CEV and the M1. And the CEV is just so... Man. Like, I'm happy that the CEV is good and useful, but I do think that the CEV is a little overpowered right now. It's just... I don't know. Like, if a division has a CEV, your infantry play is just completely dead, it feels like. Unless you have, like, good tanks of your own. Which, to be fair, most divisions do have. So, it's not really a big problem, but I feel like it could be nerfed a little bit. Just a little bit. Doesn't need to be nerfed super hard. But yeah, now I have 4 of those SPWs just rushing his ETAS and he just can't do anything against that. Like, he killed 1, but he's completely stunned down to death now. Well, my SPWs are kind of fine, actually. This one actually also already double vet, so it has decent accuracy. And I'm just rushing him down here. And he can't stop that. And then he also gets stunned. And now he will die. And that was just hilarious, honestly. Yeah, he's dead. I did try to keep rushing at this Bradley here, but of course this Bradley has a lot more ATGMs, and there's an infantry squad as well together with them. And the other recon SPW also died. It really didn't help. So yeah, this push was now dead, but honestly, getting the pivots here and the ETAS here was definitely worth it for those shitter cars. Now I did get a command into the center, not the center, sorry, the top side. And capture it, but unfortunately I wanted to buy Wachschützen to stabilize here against the tanks, but because I'm not the smartest, because there's, you know, Sneaky said, I'm lacking intelligence because I'm not high ranked in WARNO, and this is famously the indicator of your intelligence. I bought the wrong Wachschützen. I bought the Wachschützen with the RPO and not the AT. So yeah, that didn't work. That was a bit dumb. The Rapier here missed the... Oh my god, man. Yeah, I brought the Rapier here as well to stabilize, but as you can see, it just fucking missed. The 130 mils are now deployed, and we'll start to pound him. Obviously, Stahlbrecher is a good player, so he did dodge away. Very sad. Yes, I do in fact have issues with my IQ. That is a fact. And while this SPW push here failed, I have the Sil controlled, and it is very costly for him to start pushing in here, so I did kind of assume that I would just get this position for free, basically. Or just get to keep it for... It's not for free, I still have infantry here, of course, but I don't need to reinforce it with anything. It's gonna be fine. The T-55s here, I saw that he had an aircraft trooper, and I thought, well, I mean, the aircraft trooper can't really do anything against the T-55s. Because the laws are just shit. And yeah, I just tanked the laws, and then I killed him. He doesn't really CEV. He has smoke, so he can smoke off. I spot the code, that's nice, so maybe I will be able to kill it in time, who knows. But no, I spot the M1, and I mean, he one-shots this T-55, obviously because it's already low HP. And I do get the code, very good kill. But then the T-55 aims, smoke fades away, and then it's like, no, actually I want to re-aim. Which probably wasn't even the worst idea, because it did force this M1 here to retreat. T-55s get the CEV, very important kill from the bottom side here. But he has an M1 Abrams here as well with the CEV and then the E-TES, and this is just the combo that kills me. Legitimately, if he keeps it at range and micros it, I can't really do anything against it except for air spam. But otherwise, I just can't even get close. As long as he also keeps it out of range of the Rapiers, of course, but that's not that hard in this area. As long as you don't over push it like an idiot. And yeah, as I said, Stahlbrecher is a very good player, he doesn't do that. Oh, and there's another big problem, which is called a TOW 2. Well, this is an ITO, to be fair. Yeah, this one here, for example. Oh no, this one is also one of the ITOs. Yeah, but later on he will bring, obviously, the better Bradleys with the TOW 2. And they will be a giant problem, because TOW 2s one-shot my tanks. Also, if I sound a little bit sick, I'm not sick. Just my nose is clogged again. I guess my allergies are starting, probably, because, yeah, spring. So, that will be rough. But, oh well. It is what it is. He brings artillery here, but, oh yeah, I didn't have my second pair of 130mm up yet. So, I wasn't counter batterying, I was just focusing on the front line. The laser guided artillery, obviously a giant pain in the ass for me to deal with. Also this AGL, a giant pain in the ass to deal with. And you might notice that there's a severe lack of AGLs on my side, because I just forgot that I get AGLs now as well. Oops. This might have been a little bit of a skill issue on my side. Well, what can I say? It's the first time playing the division since the buff, so naturally these things will happen. Then I rerouted the SPWs back from here, because I bought them for the center, but then I thought they're kind of just sitting here not doing anything. Well, I don't have any flank protection, and I wasn't too sure actually whether I killed the E-TES or not. I wasn't 100% sure that it was dead, so I rerouted those guys to protect my flank, and would you look at that, it was just in time, because he was moving up his AGL to kill my artillery. And yeah, Stahlbrecher really loves doing that, going around the flank, which is, I mean, fair, but I also know that about him, so I was kind of prepared for it. And then the Wachschützen engaged the cav troopers, and yeah, this is the engagement that he can't win. Like, his infantry is dead in the water. He just can't win against my infantry on his own. He really needs to use the CEVs and the Abrams and the Bradleys to abuse me to death. Because this is something I can't do anything against. So it's like nuke versus nuke. Just different kinds of nukes on both sides. And because I have Coups and the MiG-31 now, he also can't really use air. I mean, I don't have the Coups up yet, because like first cav doesn't have the best air in the game anyway. But if he tries to, I can easily buy a MiG-31 and then also 1 or 2 coups, and then the air is just completely dead. I will look at the deck later. Maybe I will play it, but maybe not. I can't promise anything. Because I was planning on playing 20th Mochutsen today. But if it's like a funny deck, I might play it. Also, Veresen, thank you very much for following. And yeah, obviously he's smoking off all of my ATGMs. He's a smart player. If I go here, probably should have been a Conquerors. Like, I had so many ATGMs at this point anyway, I could have just bought a Conquerors as well. And trying to push through here. Also, just now bought in smoke. I should have bought the smoke so much earlier. Because obviously that's my counterplay to his counterplay, right? His tanks are very good at long range. I have nothing to counter that except if I make him blind. Because then he can't use them. Oh, well, that's self-explanatory. And this whole time he's taking at a +2, which is a little unfortunate, but it's not too bad. Like, you can live with that. It's still not too great because naturally he has a late game division. But it's nothing we can't come back from. I do have like good control of the zone. I just need to get a CV in, which I'm doing right now. I could get a CV in here as well, and I will at some point. Just not now. Yeah, I killed the Humvee here. I did reroute this SPW to the bottom side because I was afraid that something might have slipped through already, and I really didn't want to lose my artillery. Because that's kind of the way to win for me, except for the air spam. But the air spam already started off catastrophically bad, so I was like, okay, like, let's not only rely on the air spam because my RNG obviously is already not in my favor. While the artillery doesn't rely on RNG, it's just sitting in the back and shooting. And those 130 mils are just, they are just a thing of beauty. I love them so much right now. And yeah, I did finally remember that I have IGOs and I bought them to support me against the infantry. So I did use my brain for once. Those RPOs pushing up, but yeah, well, they won't be doing that much. Kaiwa Warrior is being annoying, but I will at some point bring in the rocket plane again to kill it off. Just don't know when. And yeah, just spamming T-55s. Trying to not spam them all in one blob. Yeah, there's a rocket plane. Or a UPK. Yeah, it's not a rocket plane, it's a UPK. And oh yeah, also I think you saw me killing off the Apache, but I didn't comment on it. Yeah, it just the gun pods have a shorter range, so it first of all it won't be doing as much damage. Also, by the way, it dies again, but I mean, yeah, that's fair. There's like 2 rapiers here and a pivot, so that makes sense. But yeah, the gun pods have a shorter range, so first, if it dives the helicopters, it won't do that much damage, and then once it's in range of the gun pods, it will like delete all their HP in like a half second. It's actually quite funny. I did push forward this AGL and quickly recognized my mistake and pushed it back again. Now I start going for his AA, because that's very important to get rid of. And the 130 mils are just, oh my god, I love them. I know I said it already, but look at this. He even micros away, but he can't get away in time. He doesn't even bother to counter battery me, which I think is fair, because the guided artillery doesn't get the bonus at that high of range. So maybe also he could have tried to sneak the AGL, the Humvee AGL, around my flank into my rear, and then use the corrected shot to kill my artillery. That honestly could have also been a decent idea. And yeah, now I have a bunch of T-55s up here. And once again, also trying to not get them too close together so that I am spread out and that he can't kill them with like one cluster plane or something. But unfortunately, he has like 3 M1s here already and the stupid ETAS. I do have my own ATGMs, but obviously he can engage my T-55s, smoke off, engage them again, drive into the forest, and then the ATGMs won't do anything. And the ETAS is side-shotting me, and I don't have any recon here anymore. Because that's the big problem of this division. It kind of lacks a lot of recon infantry and exceptional optics as well. As you saw, I did add the BRM now into my deck, but I might also just take out the BRM and take another card of infantry recon and like 1 card of actually high HP infantry recon. But yeah, that's the biggest downside of this division still. It has gotten a lot better with the recent buff. Like, don't get me wrong, the MiG-31 is a big addition and very important. But yeah, I think like a small buff to the recon tab and to the helicopter tab would still be very nice to have. If I go here, runs out of ammo. That was also a big issue. I was just like not rearming my units enough. And especially for the ATGMs, that's obviously very important. He's just sitting here in the corner, but I think I saw him. So once again, just put the artillery on it. And now I also bought the... sorry. I bought the cheap artillery. And at some point I will surely unload it. And use it against them as well. And that's the way to go, I think. They are 85 points. And if you bring them close to the front line, like you can see, the spread is really not that bad. And I think this is also without a corrected shot from recon. So this is a very decent spread. And for 85 points, 2 of them, I mean, we will see how much damage they do against the Avengers here. But I think they do kill one of them. Also, that's without a CV, but I didn't want to invest a CV into those guys because, like, I mean, not that important. The smoke mortars are now going at it and smoking him off constantly, so I can keep control of this area. Because otherwise I will succumb to the CVs. And yeah, you can see he has them close together, to be fair. But still, like, I get both of the Avengers here with those artillery pieces. And the Avenger, does he have another one here somewhere? I don't see one yet, but here it is. I mean, it's 95 points, so those guys killing 2 Avengers have already paid themselves off with a 10-point margin, so that's nice. He doesn't go for the counter battery instantly, but that's outside of recon range, so he doesn't get the corrected shot. I think I will put them into the transports at some point, maybe? I don't know. Oh yeah, and I am going for a triple pier here again, so really trying to whittle down his AA net. Because I still have 1 cluster plane left, if I'm not completely mistaken. Maybe, I'm not sure. And I didn't really see another way to kill all of those goddamn tanks. They're just so strong. Which is fine, because the division lacks infantry. Not saying it's OP or anything, but it's just, in this matchup, it's very, very cancer to deal with. And yeah, there's the bread. And that's a big problem, because the TOW one-shots all my T-55s. The M1 mod one-shots them at like close or like closer ranges as well. But the bread one-shots them at all ranges. And yeah, there the Su-22 cluster comes in, goes for the M1 mod, gets the kill, and then instantly gets killed again. I did call in the L-39 as well, and I knew that it would be slower, so they wouldn't be coming in at the same time, but I kind of hoped that the Su-22 would survive with a 30% ECM, you know, the way they did against me in the other matches, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. The L-39 dies, but it kills a aircraft trooper, and I mean, that's a trait that's absolutely fine. But, as I said before, it's a fine trait, point-wise, but like division-wise, not really, because I can kill his infantry anyway, and I need more to kill his tanks, so I should have taken the L-39 cluster to just saturate the area, or saturate the air with planes, and then it probably can still do some damage, and it's like not too slow, but who knows. Oh yeah, and then I bought the other two 130 mils to counter battery him. So let's see, they are Vet 1, with no command nearby. And they were on automatic counter battery, so high skill gameplay. And let's see whether they will kill the artillery piece or not. Because I think they will, but I'm not entirely sure. Also, oh, well, you can't see the spread right now because it's an automatic order, but yeah, you can see like those things are so beautiful, man. They're so fantastic. I love them. I just love them. Yeah, here one of the guns, like for some reason, didn't unload again. So I loaded it like. It was just weird, like one gun didn't load in, the other did, but then the other one didn't unload again. So that was a little unfortunate, but I did get them to unload both again, luckily. So I was able to start to use them again. And yeah, for now I left them on automatic counter battery because I wasn't sure whether they would kill it the first time, you know, new patch and stuff. Also, by the way, high chloride. But I probably should have just started using them as well. Because I know that he can't have a lot of artillery. He could have brought the M270, to be fair. And I think you kind of have to do it just because the M270 right now is... Because they get the cluster version as well. And it's such a strong unit. But he didn't. It's 30,000. Which is why they are so incredibly strong. Like, they have still decent damage, good accuracy, fantastic aim time at Vet 2. And because you get 3 per card, you can upvet them to Vet 1 and still get 2 per card. and then 30,000 range. It's beautiful, beautiful. I mean, it's not a German. It's like an old Soviet gun, but you know, it's apparently the best artillery piece in the whole world. And now he gets a command in here, and I just was never able to push him out of here because he just has this stupid CEVs, and they're so 8s. I just despise them. Now I realize that, hold on, he probably has his command in the crevice here as always. So I went for it with the artillery, and you can see, yeah, the spread is really not that big. And I think this is also still without the recon corrected shot, by the way. But because I didn't know exactly where he was, I did spread it out, and I did damage him and rout him, but I didn't kill him. Which is depressing. Yeah, yeah. Ah, Eugen. Then I have the Strelas here in the forest, and like this double vet resolute infantry is just really hard to get rid of for him in the infantry versus infantry fight, which is also why I was really trying to fight in this forest here, because this is, I think, my best hope to like not get killed by stupid CEVs. Yeah, you can see here a CEV comes in again, and I'm trying to get in range of it with the Wachschützen. But the Wachschützen also have this massive downside that their AT launcher is only 500 meter range. And that's a big problem. Yeah, Wachschützen are amazing, but the problem is that he just has a lot of stuff that can kill infantry very, very effectively at range. And high Stiefwute, by the way. So, that's why I was trying to play around with smoke here, but I probably should have had like more smoke up or something. Now brings in his A10. And I did in fact not have enough AA up. Maybe because he didn't have bought a single plane before, right? And he just was just spamming M1s and Bradleys and so on, so I kind of needed more stuff to fight those guys. But the Strela and the others at SU do force retreat him, so that's good enough for the moment. Strela also kills the Kiowa, the recon plane. But my T-55s have died again, so like... And he's doing it very well. Like, I push up, he pushes back, and then I just can't fight him here anymore. I need to disengage. I will just lose. And, yeah, maybe could have switched to using smoke in this area and, like, try to push him out of here. That probably would have been also a good call. But I was also constantly afraid of being pushed out of the top side. And if I get pushed out here, like, getting back in over this open area seemed like completely impossible to me, so I really didn't want to lose it here. I'm not a Conquerors, but of course, here, look at this. It's just, I get instantly deleted by the CV. And he has the M3 up, the E-test. The Conquerors unfortunately goes for the M1 and not for the Recon, which is very bad. Those mortars are now out of ammo, so I buy new mortars because I don't think mortars are worth resupplying. The resupply cost is quite high. Artillery went for the command again, but it didn't kill it again. Very sad. I did try to go through this to kind of encircle him in the center. But he still has the Bradley back here, so that won't work. I did get rid of his recon, which is very good, but yeah, ultimately I will still fail. The Su-22 AT comes in, kills the recon, very, very important, and the Avenger. So that was very good. Now the rapiers miss. I think this one, yeah, this one will still hit. But overall, successful air engagement. Just sad that, you know, my cluster planes are already dead. That could have been rather helpful in this scenario. But all this time, the Wachschützen has been chilling in the center here, and I have been ticking. So it was honestly not going too badly for me. But well, now again, all that fire support comes in here. The Mordschützen suck ass and miss both of their RPG shots, even though they weren't even stunned that much, and then the CEV nukes them to hell. Yeah. I think the TO-55s, or the T-55s here also were a little bit stuck re-aiming, so weren't doing a lot of damage. Tried to go for the command again, but he did move it up into this forest, which was very nice, and I don't have recon, so I just don't see him anywhere. And that's, surprisingly enough, a big issue if you don't see your enemy. This makes it quite hard to engage them. And obviously I also don't have any hard-hitting ATGMs. Like, I have a shit ton of ATGMs, but none of them do any damage. Except for the air dodged, of course. of the Su-22s, but you also only get one card of those. And one card of the clusters, which I already lost. Yeah, I wanted to keep my command alive here, but unfortunately the CEV was behind the building, so the plane wasn't able to engage, but the Rapira coming in clutch here, killing the CEV, yeah, also killing the Bradley, but the Brad, I think, will ultimately fight the command. Yeah, the ATGM here can't do anything because it's too close, it's within minimum range. So, yeah, that was bad, but luckily I do see his M1, like something spotted it. I don't even ask me what saw it, and I get a kill with the Su-22, because Stahlbrecher hates the British units, so he doesn't take the Challenger 2 command. He only takes the M1 commands, and the M1 commands only have 60 front armor, which means that I one-shot them with the 30 AP air-launched missiles. Yo, that's nice, Tammy. Just unfortunate that the division it's in, First Luftlandde, is so atrociously bad that it doesn't help them. And TKS is probably also not that great right now, because they were really, really relying on their M110s. Yes, it does, chloride. That's the funny thing. Like, it is a bit dumb, but I'm not against that, because infantry needs every buff it can get against tanks. Yeah, I thought that I spotted the command here. Unfortunately, it was just the Avenger. So, rip me. I'm still taking it at +1. And I am getting rid of his infantry, but I just can't get rid of his tanks for the life of me. And that is a big problem, because you can see they're just more and more tanks on the field. He did shoot again with his artillery, but those are maybe gonna shoot him or not, I'm not sure. The Wachschützen, oh my god, the Wachschützen missed 60% accuracy, by the way. At that range. God damn it. Apache here, a little unpleasant, but luckily I do still have my UPKs, so one will surely shortly come in. But now the A-10 rocket comes in. Best fighter in the game, by the way. I don't know why, but they just always hit their AIM-9Ms. It's unfair. I really don't like it. Here I didn't know what to target with the UPK. I was a little bit unsure whether I want to target the A-10 or the Apache. I do go for the Apache in the end. And yeah, now you can, if you guys don't know, you can now watch the beauty of the UPK. Never mind, I retargeted to the A-10. I mean, even there, look how much damage I did to the A-10. If he wouldn't have hit his AIM-9, he would probably be dead. Because they just have so much damage output, it's quite hilarious. But I think it's cool because it's very unique. And also Berliner, once again, needs every help it can get. The 130s here were a bit silent, just because I'm just not seeing anything. This is also why I added more recon, because that was the biggest hampering factor for me. Now I do bring in the MiG-31 to force retreat the A-10. I do, of course, miss all my missiles. Well, I could have shot one more. But yeah, he does get force retreated, so that's good enough for me. A-10 is coming in for the command once again, because I saw it, and yeah, get the kill. Drake Rapier gets one shot, but I think it will hit the other one. Yes, so once I can get my own command in again, I will neutralize the tick at least. Which means that I will need to get in here. Oh, the ATGM is here, bro. And I should have had a Rapira up here, like, so much earlier. That was very dumb. Because he was constantly fighting in this area, and I just never had my Rapiras up. Yeah. So, the damage multiplier does apply to the AT launchers. And I think it's fine. I hope they don't patch that out. That would be very ass. And the Brad also can just take so much punishment from the low-end AT launchers if they're not within a shock range. Yeah. Very hard to deal with. I did kill this one in the end, but like, this one here is still a giant issue. I could have moved up the Wachschützen through here, but I was still assuming that he had fire support in the forest. It turns out he didn't. So I could have just done that. I don't know. Hindsight's 2020, right? Yeah. Move these guys up before the smoke arrived. They get nuked by the double CEV. Ugh, just because I don't have the Rapira up here yet. It's coming in now, but it was so much too late. That was a very bad skill issue. S22, I think, lost line of sight because of the smoke. Forgo misses again. Artillery going for the Rapira. This artillery, yeah, I also switched it off of counter battery, as I said, because I just needed more artillery on the front line. Kill the Bradley here because it's with... And I mean, look at this. Look at this. Like, it's so far away, but because it's within corrected shot range, it's like pinpoint accurate almost. They're so great. I love it. I love it. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Here, unfortunately, he does snipe both of my infantry squads coming in because I wasn't ready for him to be so close already. That was rather painful. He will also kill both of the artillery pieces with the Bradley here, but while obviously not good to lose units like that, it wasn't the worst mistake because, I mean, as I said, they already paid themselves off with literally killing 2 Avengers. That's already fine. But this is overall still a big problem because I need to get back on this hill to get points, because which is also why I think that blue side is quite a lot better, because if blue side gets Anna, they can push into center. If red side gets Anna, like, the fuck am I gonna do to Boris? Like, look at this distance and this distance. Like, nah, that's just a little ass. Overall, I do still like Eiche a lot. I'm a big fan of this map. But yeah, this is a little dumb. Especially because this is like only a 1-point zone. Like, you have to cross a giant open field to then get a 1-point zone. Like, that's just not worth it. A10 comes in. I should have really just bought 1 coup to have it in the back, but he doesn't see the command here, so he completely misses. And the MiG-31 comes in, force retreats him. Yeah, hits 1 and 4. That's kind of expected from a MiG-31. Gets force retreated by the double pivots. I did smoke those guys off, and yeah, I mean, look at this. Comes in, instantly kills the Apache. Though I'm not sure, it might have actually been low HP. I didn't pay attention. Which gave me a little bit of a lifeline, but he's still at a +1 as long as he contests this sector. And you can see my infantry here again has all died. And at this point, I was actually running low on infantry with AT launchers. Like, I still had my RPOs left, but just nothing with AT launchers. Because they were all just getting wrecked with the fucking CVs, man. And the Brett is dead. Very good. He's constantly driving back and forth here, and ATGMs are too slow to catch him, sadly. So he can get by here. And he's pushing in onto my command. I don't have infantry to stop him, because it's all dead. Smoke mortars are smoking, but there's nothing to smoke for, because everybody has fucking died already. Oh, you know. Valiant effort, I guess, but not doing too much. Wachschützen, I'm macroing them into range of shock, because then the aircraft troopers have no chance at all. I mean, they don't have any chance at, like, long range anyway, but as long as I'm in shock and in a forest specifically where I can also use the SVD, like, there's no chance. It's already fairly low HP, so the damage output doesn't look that great. But, yeah, I mean, this fight is over. To be fair, this squad also costs double as much as the aircraft, as the cav troopers with the law, so, you know. You would expect something like that to happen. And this is just the biggest issue here. CEV, M1 mod, and M1. Like, I'm just dead. And there's the 2 more M1s here waiting in the back. And another M1 mod here. And CEV, and Brad, and Command M1 here. And there's another M1 coming in, and another M1 Command. Just rough, man. Just rough. Did kill one of the M1s with something. Guess the T55? Yeah, and I was also running low on T55. So I did have some left in the end, so I probably should have bought them in earlier. Because, I mean, what am I saving them up for? Late game? That's not really a sound strategy now, is it? The artillery starts firing, but I think I will put them back on counter battery at some point. Yeah, those guns also ran out of ammo. And I took a little too long to resupply them. And yeah, both of the AT planes come in, but of course, I didn't micro them enough to engage into the side armor, so they didn't kill the M1 mods, because they have 17 front armor, right, so they survive. I did kill the command M1 here, very important. AT plane dies, but honestly, that's still worth it, as long as the command dies. Counter battery starts coming in, and I mean, a double vet, like, he stands just no chance at all. Yeah. He is just dead. And both of his artillery pieces are now dead. He lost so many tanks to the Gruppierung. I mean, yeah, but it doesn't really matter because he just has so many still left. Like, he has so many tanks. Yeah. Really sad. And yeah, repairing them up now. I don't really have that much left, and I mean, yeah, we can go a little bit faster because I think I will get back into the zone here, but it will of course not be enough to win the game. And just this combination of pivots and CV, absolute ass cannons for me to deal with. I saw the CV here was kind of low, so I did come in with the napalm plane. And people say that it doesn't drop its bombs if you right click on tanks. I did ground attack here. And as you saw, it did drop its bombs. And the flames finished off the CV. That was very funny. Still trying to kill his units somehow, but he pays attention. He's microing. How dare he micro? That's not allowed. Yeah, I bought a second MiG-31 basically just because I didn't have anything else to buy. And I thought, you know, whatever, I might as well. To maybe prevent like a big all-in air attack at the end of the game. But unfortunately, I didn't notice that the game was already running out of time. Like, I started moving my commands here to get into this back zone, because I thought that I had like 3-4 minutes left. Well, yeah, well, turns out that it was only 30 seconds. Yeah, T-55s die. Wachschützen did kill an M1 again. But yeah, game was over. But honestly, that was a great game. I had a lot of fun here. I actually outtraded him as well, which was ironic. But yeah, great game. GG to obviously my GOAT Stahlbrecher. And of course, he only won because of the RNG. I think we can all agree. If only my cluster planes would have survived more than like one run. Yeah, could have obviously easily won. It's not my fault. And those 130 modes. Holy shit, man. Because of the M1 mod? Nah, I'm telling you, it's not the M1 mod itself. It's mostly the CEV. And this thing here also, with the exceptional optics, very painful to deal with, is the CEV and the M1 combi. The M1 mod is just like the cherry on top, but it's mostly that. And then the track Gruppierung, I mean, they're good enough to get counter kills, as you saw. Is the division also worse? I mean, yeah, I mean, Berliner was considered to be like the worst, like one of the worst divisions in the whole game before the buffs. And to be fair, it has gotten a decent bit better now. But I still think it's like on the lower end of divisions. But it is definitely a lot better, as I said. Just the MiG-31 coup combo makes it so hard to use any air against it now. And yeah, exactly, like, it just still misses consistent tools to deal with heavy tanks. Because you can't rely on air spam, especially not if you don't even have seed or something. It's just, like, as you saw, like, I got 2 bad RNG rolls with the Su-22 clusters, and then it's like, it just gets really hard. You have to smoke scum all the time, and if your enemy pays attention, he can still drive back and then just kill your infantry and whittle it down. And it will be very close. And I mean, this is a division that has, like, no infantry to even contest me. Like, most divisions in the game have better infantry than he has, and then this whole game would be a lot harder. Because I would need to chew through his infantry to get to his tanks to begin with. But yeah, as you can see, like, just Bradleys and M1s getting all of the kills. Yeah. did con a battery one of the mortars and killed 2 Wachschützen Führer with the artillery, but my artillery obviously performed a lot better. As I said, where's the 120 mils? I want to see. Yeah, this one got 2 Avengers. The other one probably didn't get anything. Most likely, but yeah, that's perfectly fine. The 130 mils paid off for themselves more than enough. And like throughout the whole game, I didn't even use like 1.5 cards of supply, which is why I took out one of cards of the supply, because I really thought that I don't need that much supply. And yeah, as I said, I also took out the helicopters because why do you even need that?